So my name is Oksana Sabada.
Okay. And you're in Kyiv right now?
Kyiv region, yeah.
Kyiv region. Okay. Tell me, what's happening right now?
Actually, in Ukraine or in the area where I live?
In the area where you live. In the area, because explain why you're in this laundry room.
Unfortunately, every family must do this these days, because every day we got some on my phone. I get this alarm, or maybe in the street you can hear it, just like alert. Yeah, this is air missile alert. It's like some ooh sounds. And every time when you hear the sound, you must go to the nearest shelter. Yeah, it can be a specific shelter, or if you don't have this. And unfortunately, in Ukraine, a lot of cities and villages and towns are not equipped with specific bomb shelters, like war shelters. So then you have to proceed to the nearest room, maybe like this, sit on the floor, maybe bathroom, or just the safest place that you have. And in case when some missile or bomb hits some area, you should not have any windows or doors, because the glass here can shatter. Sorry, it can be shattered, and it can damage or even kill, like shrapnel.
I know you're sleeping in you're sleeping in a washing room, like a washer and dryer. What is it like living like that?
Wow, it's really tough. A person cannot live like that, I can tell you for sure. So we've been sleeping here for 3 weeks for now in this tiny room. We are just too scared to sleep in our regular bed, because there's only one wall, and if there's a strike, that wall could be just blown out easily, so we are not taking the chance. So we hide in here in the core of our flat, in the core of our apartment, so we can be shielded from the debris and strikes.
Is it still hard to believe that the Russians are attacking you? It's now been almost 3 weeks, I believe, that this onslaught is happening. Does it seem real?
I know that it's real, but the whole situation, in that it's 21st century, 2022, there is Elon Musk with his technology and Tesla and space exploration and stuff, and COVID issues, troubles, and maybe the necessity to create some better vaccines. And there are some crazy people who act as terrorists, just come to your home.
Відбій повітряної тривоги.
Sorry, this is just the lady says that.
Відбій повітряної тривоги.
Excuse me.
Okay. Is that a warning?
Yeah, just the off. Yeah, now it's safe.
But what? Oh, that now the
off. Yeah, the warning was off. Yeah, that now it's safe.
Okay, but that's the
installation.
This is the sort of thing that you hear all the time, either to go in. So now you got an all clear.
Yeah, it's at night, for example, 3 a.m. it can sound as alarm, and you wake up. Okay. Maybe
that cannot be a pleasant way to live right now.
I don't know, not pleasant at all. Yeah, unfortunately.
If you kind of lower your shield a little, how are you feeling internally right now?
Internally, I'm really scared because of my mom, and just because every time when I hear this sound, I know that it means that there are some missiles in the air coming maybe here to this place where I live, to this area, or just maybe above this area. And it's very scary, and it feels like you asked me how that it's really surreal. It's surreal that it is possible in the 21st century, when we have so many problems, and with green energy and things, we must solve the problems, not create ones. So it feels really, I don't know. I guess in the civilized society, it should not happen like this. Such things, they should not happen, must not happen.
And it must be terrifying because you hear some of these missile attacks, and do you think we could get hit? Does that cross your mind?
Yeah, it did. We heard some blasts, like I guess those were enemy rockets being intercepted, in the air, and these blasts were quite powerful. Then some artillery shots. I don't know whether if those were enemy or our. We don't know that. We just hear them, and we're stressed. Yeah.
And while I was talking to Oksana, that cell phone alert came on. It's very jolting. Is it very jolting to hear that in the middle of the night?
Yeah, it's frightening actually. And you just wake up, you don't know what's happening. You need some time to realize what's happening. So to find that phone and turn it off, and what should you do? Should you go to the shelter or stay here? So it's, yeah.
Do you feel like the West, meaning the America and NATO, do they need to do more, do you feel?
First of all, I'm very thankful that they have already done a lot for their help, because our soldiers, they are instructed, they were trained by the NATO instructors, and they are very skillful because of that. And the second of all, that we have some NATO weapons. Yes, as far as I know, they are giving us now a lot of things, and it's really amazing. But maybe the only thing is that I feel like maybe could be done, is that the problem with the sheltering, like the hashtag, shelter our skies, it's very important for us today, really important. I don't know how it works, how it's possible, but there must be some improvement in that area, because a lot of children dies, a lot of civilians die, unfortunately.
And lastly, they say that Ukrainians are as tough as they come. They won't give up Kyiv and the rest of the country. Do you believe that Kyiv will remain Ukrainian?
For sure, yes. The whole country will remain Ukrainian, because we don't have a choice. We are the border, the borderline between like two worlds, as everybody says, autocratic and democratic world. Unfortunately, we are on the border. So we are like the border guards, We don't have the right to lose this fight.
And you're in the young age range. Have you been called up for reserve duty? Is that a possibility?
It's a possibility. I could be drafted, yeah. So it's a martial law in Ukraine for now. So it's possible, yeah. So
how would you feel about having to serve in the military now to defend your country?
Well, it's my duty. If they call me, I would go.
And that's the loud. I'll end it here. I asked your wife, they say no one comes stronger and tougher than Ukraine. Will Ukraine relent to the Russians, or at the end of the day, will Ukraine still be run and led by Ukrainians?
Ukraine will stand till the end. No Russians will be here ever. That's for sure.
And you're willing to fight to the death for that?
Yeah, I do.
Again, you must be worn out. Physically, emotionally. You must be worn out physically, emotionally, mentally.
A little bit, a little bit, but we must live. We must live, because if we die, then what happens? So we must live, we must continue living. And, for Ukrainian people, this feeling of fighting with some external enemy, it's like eternal. It's even in our anthem. If you read the translation of our anthem, it says something like, Ukraine has not died yet. This is the beginning, and it gives you a hint that there is some fighting all the time.
Okay, stay safe, please.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. I hope we will be safe.
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Say bye. Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye.